JD Hip Hop Review. JD Hip Hop Yes, all my hip hop heads, and welcome back to the JD Hip Hop Review channel. Sorry I haven't been around much. I have been doing stuff though. Don't sit there thinking, where's JD Hip Hop Review been? I've been behind the scenes. I've got a track out, dropped on my birthday, 12th of April, More Than Ordinary remix, featuring Osama, Jackie Diego, Exit, Half Decent, Dookie, Casper, and myself. So there's 6 rappers and me, and I'm introducing every single one of them. So that was a track that got released. It's been played on UK airwaves, it's on Spotify, etc, etc, etc. Go check it out if you haven't already. The other thing I've been working on as well is what I am here to talk about today. I have been helping the Chino XL tribute page to promote and get the Chino XL's album Map of Bones, which was released on the 8th of April, which would have been Chino's 51st birthday, I believe, or 51st. This is 51st it would have been. It's been about 9 months, something like that, 8-9 months since Chino passed. In that time, we have had the album Darkness and Other Colours dropped, which was a very dark album, but it was, you know, at the time, I would say it was probably some of his best work. I'd say it's probably some of his most depressing work because of the circumstances of what he's talking about on the album, the fact that he took his own life. You know, it was, and I've said this before, and I don't like saying it, but, you know, a lot of people do say that it was a audio suicide note. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I've already spoken about that, and I'll go check out the review if you haven't already. And if you haven't already checked out the album Darkness and Other Colours, go and check it out. It is dope. Anyway, so Map of Bones. Map of Bones was released on Chino's birthday this year. And it is around 45 minutes long. It is 14 tracks. It is produced, mixed and mastered by DJ Focus, aka Sean Latino. Big up to you, bro. I spoke to this guy the other day and I said what I had to say to him about this album, and I will say this and I will say what I said to him in a minute. But anyway, so produced by DJ Focus. It has one feature on there by Rock C. The artwork for the album is by Gary Alford and Thomas Smith. And it is an executive producers, got to mention this, is like this guy here, yeah, M80, right? He got so much hate at the beginning when Chino passed and they were trying to get Darkness and Other Colours out. Now, I was dragged into this, and I unfortunately was speaking to the Chino XL side of the state, and they were telling me all this bad stuff about M80. Luckily, I have other people, eyes and ears around, and then I got corrected from what I was being told. And I'll tell you what, that M80 guy deserves a medal. He deserves a big gold star, yeah? That guy has brought us he's brought us some of the best albums, like some of the best artists in the world, yeah. And this album here is proof of what this guy has done. So I was saying, executive producers, M80, Bella and Lyric Barbosa, which is Chino XL's daughters. And M80 is also known as Matthew Markov. This album is on 1332 Records, Magician Records, and Holy Toledo Productions. So like I said, 14 tracks. Tracks are Hard to Kill, track 1, then Die For, then Not Okay, then Monster, then I've Seen, then Till Death Do Us Part, Capable, Keep Digging, The Search, Numb, You First Part 2, Still Sailing, and then the last track, Map of Bones. So, best way for me to start this review off, and the best way for me to describe this album is, now I'm a massive Chino fan. I've been a big Chino fan for probably around 30 years now, you know. I was listening to him like back in the 90s. I remember hearing him and just being like, wow, this dude is lyrically amazing. So, the best way to describe this album, for me, is to say, imagine if Reconstruction, Chino's album Reconstruction, and Poison Pen hooked up on a one night stand. They had a baby together, yeah? Map of Bones. That was the baby, yeah? This album, literally, when I first heard it, it brought me to tears of happiness because of how dope the whole album, the way it has been put together. The fact that this album was written, when was it? I think he started writing it in 2008 all the way up to 2012. So this is a hidden gem, and this is what I love about this album. You know, it's one of them ones that he did a long time ago but never finished, and it's now been finished and it's out. And trust me, like I said, best work yet. So I was starting off with the fact that this album is basically, in my opinion, it is like a cross between Reconstruction and Poison Pen, having a baby, and Map of Bones would have been born. In my opinion, this is Poison Pen Part 2. It is just absolute. The production on this by DJ Focus is absolute top tier. And like I said previously, Chino recorded this album a long time ago, 2008 to 2012. So it's just an old album, but it's still relevant to today. This is what I love about Chino XL's music. He can record something 10 years ago, release it 10 years later, and it's still relevant. That's real hip hop. That's a real artist. Yeah. Sorry. So, where was I? So basically, top tier production from DJ Focus. The album 2008 to 2012 it was written. This again, like I said, is a real hidden gem, and there is many more to come. And if you want to thank anyone for getting this music out there, you need to shout out M80, and you need to thank that guy, because literally, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be hearing this. Yeah, trust me, this would be getting locked away in a vault somewhere. So, love to the guy, always. Yeah, you've got to respect the guy for what he is doing for Chino XL, for his estate, for his family. Yeah. Anyway, so I need to mention actually, Bella and Lyric have asked to say that they have some legacy projects coming out soon. And I also need to say that if you do not follow the Chino XL tribute page on Instagram, please give it a follow. Yeah, go give them a follow, go like their stuff, go share their stuff, go help these people out. Yeah. Right. So let's get into the tracks. So track 1, Hard to Kill. Now, track 1, Hard to Kill, is basically Chino XL, and he is just basically saying, like, you need to bring the heavy shizzle if you want to step to Chino at his best. And to be honest with you, Chino was always at his best, so you don't want to step to the guy, yeah? Now, track 1, what I love about that is it rolls into track 2. The beats sound very similar. So it sort of almost just sort of sounds like it just continues. Do you know what I mean? But track 2 is called Die For. And again, Chino's just basically saying, like, if you want to bring it, yeah, I'll give you something to die for. Trust me, yeah. Guy with this lyrical ability, you probably wouldn't want to go at Chino XL, even on his bad day. So that was track 2. Track 3 is Not Okay. So this is touching down on mental health issues. Track 4 is called Monster. Now track 4 is basically him just telling you that he is an absolute beast, he's an absolute monster on the mic. And he truly was. And he truly will always be as well, as far as I'm concerned. So track 5 is I've Seen. and that is basically a breakdown of what he's seen in the music industry and the rap game. Yeah, you know, seeing his favourite artists being at the top and then dropping to the bottom. You know, how most of these artists don't even write their own stuff. You know, that sort of stuff. Yeah, brilliant tune. Like, got a proper like West Coast kind of feel to it. That's what I got from it. Again, in my opinion, we've all got our own opinions. So track 4 was a monster. Track 5 was I've Seen. Track 6 is Till Death Do Us Part. Now, this is one of my favourite tracks because this is Chino at his finest with his storytelling. He's talking about his wife who becomes his widow. Now, they are in a car crash at the end of the song, and then the song goes silent for a bit, then it goes into some very sad melody sort of music. So I'm getting the impression that she died in the crash. That's what I'm getting from it. Very sad. Amazing song. Again, ability, his spitting ability, his wordplay, his storytelling, it gets me every time. Anyway, next, Capable. Right, this track here, this is one of my favourites here because of the beat, the way he comes in, the way he flows. Man, Chino, man, you are the don when it comes to this stuff, yeah? So, Capable is basically just telling everyone, you don't know what I'm capable of, keep pushing me and you will find out. Track 4 is called Keep Digging, and basically track 4 was just him sort of saying, you know, he was staying loyal to the code, to the game, and again he has shown you that he is no one to mess with. His flows on this, over this beat, is defo another one of my favourites on this track. In fact, I think it is track 5, 6, 7 and 8 are probably my 4 most favourite tracks. Then they're right next to each other, so it's like literally I would play them 4 tracks back to back like all day long. The whole, like I say, the whole album is just ridiculously good, but they're my 4 like go-to tracks. So we'll keep digging. So yeah, I got to that. The flow, like I said, one of my favourite tracks. Now, track 9 is The Search. It has a bit of a pirate theme to this, but so has the album Map of Bones. Chino was a big pirate fan. I found this out on a live that Bella and Lyric did a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, I missed it because of time differences. But yeah, he's talking about all like being at sea, Captain Barbossa sailing in his ship called Revenge, and then he becomes one with the ocean that Jesus walked on. Like, this is basically like, yeah. So track 10 is Numb, and it's featuring Roxy. It's the only one with a feature on. Now, I've got to mention this has sampled Phantom of the Opera. Now, I'm from the UK, so obviously Phantom of the Opera was massive over here. I think it was like the 80s or something like that. Like, I don't know, I'm not that old. Yeah, I am. But so that samples Phantom of the Opera. I like the way Chino comes in, and like he's basically saying, you don't want me to feature on a song with you because I will body you, like he did on most of his songs he featured on with most people. It'd always be the better one, in my opinion, just because of his wordplay, his ability, the way he flows, the way he goes, the way he just shows you how it's done. He was the king of hip hop. So yeah, track 10, that was Numb. And Roxy, he has got the last verse on Numb, and I will tell you this right now, he is definitely not one to mess with. His flow, his bars were on point, and yeah, it was just like proper, like, just love the way he come in. It was just like proper like fight me. Yeah, he is not one to mess with, trust. So that was that track there, track 10. So now we are on to what's the next one? Track 11, You First. Now this one here, deep bass line, grimy beat, and fight me bars. It is a bit like EDM, sort of bit dubsteppy towards the end. You can sort of, yeah, it's got a bit of, you know, bit dance music to it at the end of that. Track 12 is You First Part 2. Now this is boom bap. This is Chino talking real dirty bars, and again, the way he flows over this is top tier. Yeah, beat comes in, Chino's just like boom. Yeah, but he's just like, it's like horror lyrics. It's like, you know, I'll take you to the woods, sleep your throat. What's the thing he says about the journalist on it? It's the best lyric. He says something about he kills a journalist, and then puts her in a sandwich. He says chicken sandwich. Chicken sandwich? No, I mean chick-in sandwich. And then he talks about eating her and then shitting her out the next day. Bars are just like next level. So, next track is Still Sailing. Now, he talks about his time in the game. He mentions quite a few of the artists that he's worked with. He talks about his writing skills. And again, this song is a true Chino anthem because it's just... everything he says on the song is basically like facts. You know, he's worked with some great people. I don't think Chino got the acknowledgement that he deserved. But as far as I'm walking myself, I'll always acknowledge him. I'll always give him his flowers, and I'll always pay homage to the dude because he is an absolute legend. So, Map of Bones is the closing track. He is talking about the monster he has become. Again, he mentions Proof and Big Pun, R.I.P. to both of them, and he is saying he is coming to join them. And the concept of this song is mental health, and he is fighting himself. It's a deep track. So that's all 14 tracks, broken down a little bit for you guys just so you know what I'm talking about. But here you go. Right, so this album is a true masterpiece. Yeah, I would like to thank DJ Focus, M80, Bella and Lyric Barbosa, 1332 Records, Roxy, and I'd also like to thank Sunil as well. I'd like to thank all you guys for just letting me be part of this and just letting me do my thing and helping you guys promote it, and just, you know, it's just a beautiful thing because Chino XL always helped me, and I would like to think that I am now doing the same back for you guys. Now, I will say there is a lot more Chino XL projects coming out. There is something coming out on the 30th of May. I think it's a free CD project or something. I'll get the details and I'll put a bit more information up on Instagram in the next 24 hours. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my review. Also, I would like to say one last thing. Mugs are for mugs. Aprons are for chefs. Chino XL is for real hip hop heads, yeah? Chino XL's music is for real hip hop heads, sorry. So, we don't want mugs, we don't want aprons, we want his music. And that is the fact, yeah? I'm a fan. I'd like to think that at one point I was his friend as well. Like, we spoke a few times, and he, like I said it before in the previous review, he checked up on me. You know, like a couple of times he asked me if I was okay because he knew what I was going through, which is a big thing to get from someone like him. But anyway, so yeah, go check out 1332records.com. If you want Darkness and Other Colours, go order it from them. If you want Map of Bones, go order it from them. On the 30th of May there will be another album on that website. Go order it, trust me. I heard a snippet of it last night. It's dope. It's going to have some good features on it, so please take time out, go buy the album, go buy all his new stuff. Just go help his family out. This is what they need, yeah? Big up to M80. I know the guy has been going through thick and thin with all this, don't you think? You know, but he is actually a proper nice guy, and I've got a lot of time for him, and I respect him a lot. And after this album was dropped, my respect for him went through the roof because he has actually given us exactly what the fans wanted. Anyway, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. I hope it was alright. I will be back very, very soon with more reviews. Don't worry, the dust has come off. Peace. I'm in a game that is ruthless, but I ain't